I almost messed that up, girls. Sorry about that. You won't get it. Well, you know how much I love you, Pam, and the recording's not going to have all these amazing things I just said about you, but you are one of my dearest treasured friends, and I love you, your face, your guts, every part of you, you and Mike. And I can't wait to come visit you in South Dakota. I want to come there and see you. And thank you for your go give heart and being willing to give to so many. Anytime anyone asks any help from Pam, she is there. And that is what this company is about. So thank you, my friend. I'm going to let you take over.
All right. Well, Jenny Enlow is like the top of my most favorite things list. One of my biggest joys of moving to Colorado from California, I'm really a California girl, was getting to meet and get to know Jenny Enlow. So thank you for all the fun, all the memories, all the hugs, all the tears, all the things we've done together. That is for sure. So, and you know, as soon as you get that date, we're going to be praying like big time for you. That is for sure. Well, I am excited to get to share with you today some kind of new things that I am learning, and I'm a very interactive speaker. So if you don't say anything, I won't be nearly as good as if you do say things. So I'm hoping that this will be interactive. It's going to be kind of a takeoff of a coach that I am working with, that I do group coaching with. And so I'm hoping that it might just give you some new food for thought. You know, as it says in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. It's just that each day we're new, so we might hear something in a different way. So I don't know about you guys, but can you believe it is January 12th? It's already 12 days into the new year. So let's see if you're normal. Okay, on January 1, I know it was a Sunday, but you said, this year I'm gonna, and you're gonna fill in the blank. Okay, so is it just me, or do you other ones of you guys said just 12 days ago, this year I'm gonna? Okay, do we have some agreement here?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And I have already slipped. Have you?
Yep.
Kind of hard to believe, like, how in the world can you slip so far in 12 days? So do you know what that is called? Well, this is what, now I'm not a psychologist. That's the last thing I ever want to do, but I certainly do find it fascinating, all the psychological stuff, because I think if we can learn something from it, we can be more successful. So when we in 12 days have slipped up from our January 1 goals, that is called self-sabotage. So that sounds kind of yucky, but if you ever have important goals that you have not reached, I'll be the first one. We are all self-sabotagers. So I'm excited to share with you just some really fast, easy peasy things, but I do want you to be interactive. Otherwise, this won't be nearly as exciting. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some easy tips to start to pivot from self-sabotage to another S, which is success. Okay, so the first step, so put a number 1, your first step to stopping self-sabotage is simply acknowledging it, and realize that if you're breathing, that means you self-sabotage. Kind of scary. I feel like it's like another S called sin. No matter who you are, we all do it. That's for darn sure. So like I said, I'm not a psychologist, nor do I ever choose to be, yet I have learned some simple steps from a really cool book that is on Amazon that I highly recommend. It's called Stop Self-Sabotage, big stop sign, self-sabotage. And the gal that wrote it is my group coach. Her name is Pat Pearson. Pardon me, P-A-T and then P-E-A-R-S-O-N. You can get it off Amazon. It looks just like this with a big stop sign. It is a real easy read, but every page has so many ahas on it that you will catch yourself thinking, oh, I do that. Oh my gosh, well, no wonder that didn't work. So all I can tell you is I have really gleaned a lot. I actually do it with my team on a morning call with 7 or 8 of us. And so I'm going to share with you just some really short, sweet, simple things that are kind of like appetizers to hopefully get you hungry to get the book, but don't make it like this goal to just read the book. I mean, we're only on page 56 and we've been working on it for about 2 months. So really the magic of it is to take the time to read a paragraph, see how it applies to you, see if it does apply to you, and be able to learn from it. Okay, so the first thing you need to remember is that all of us really do better, not thinking about what we do want, but what we don't want. How many times has your director or you or your girlfriend said, what do you want this new year? Whether it's July 1st or whether it's January 1st. Well, so many times we go, okay, so there's like this pregnant pause, right? So one of the things that she has taught that has been like a huge aha is that we actually all do better being specific about what we don't want. Now, I know that sounds totally countercultural and totally counter positive Mary Kay, but it really does work. Okay, so let's have some feedback here. Let me try to get to a different screen level so I can see better. Okay, so I want you to think first, so put a number 1, 2, 3 on your paper. Put Mary Kay 1, 2, 3, and then put business 1, 2, 3. Personal 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what I want you to write down is, what is the first thing that you passionately do not want in your business this year? I mean, first thing that comes to your mind, or first thing personal way, but I want you to come up with 3 of them from both personal and business. Hey, Rebecca. All right. Come on, somebody's got to play. I have this dark cup that says you're on mute. So you guys are all on mute. So take yourself off mute, because I do much better if you're interactive. Okay, so I'll pick on Lynette. Lynette, what is something you do not want in your business this year?
Hey, Pam. I do not want to be at the same level. I want to do something new. So do not be at the same level.
Okay, perfect. What's another one on either your business or your personal side? Then I'm going to just pick on other people. So watch out.
I want to not talk myself out of working.
Okay, whose voice was that? I don't see somebody's mouth moving.
It's Ellen.
Ellen, okay. So you do not want to talk yourself out of working. Great. Okay, I'm going to pick on, let's see. Gosh, she's so pretty. I don't know what the first name is, but the last name is Guillory. They're so pretty. Take yourself off mute. Okay, you're going to get my mute cap.
Good morning. My first name is Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay, well, you sure are pretty, Stephanie.
Thank you. That's a tough one, but because what do I not want? I do not want to be without another offspring this year.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so just write it just that way. Okay, Angie, I can see you're starting to bubble up with some I don't want. And I want it to be passionate, like not something, well, okay, but something passionately you do not want.
I don't want to procrastinate anymore.
Love it. Love it. Okay, one more person. Let's see, who can I pick on? Elisa Rowland. Okay, you're on mute too.
Oh my goodness. Hey there.
Hey.
Something that I absolutely do not want is emotional trauma, if you will, just working with people and the rejections and things like that.
Okay. So obviously you start out with your list of 3 or 5 or 1, doesn't matter how many, but the whole idea is to passionately think what you do not want, because somehow our brains seem to be able to come up with that simpler. Okay, so obviously then how you flip it is what you do want. Okay, so Stephanie, yours is a simple one. So what do you want? So just like draw an arrow from I don't want no more or any more. I mean, I don't want to not have more offspring. So you do want what?
2 offspring this year.
Perfect. Okay, and Elisa, take yourself off mute again. What do you want?
I want to handle everything with ease and grace.
Love it. Okay, Lynette, what do you want? Because yours was pretty broad.
Hey, girl. Okay, then I would say to start with, grow unit size, build reds.
Okay, so let's be more specific. So you want to grow your unit size to what? Just pick some number.
200.
Love it. Okay, Ellen, What do you want then?
I want to change my thoughts and my words from negative to
Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going to ask you a very interesting question that she taught us. So all of us, of course, whether it's we ourselves and us are our own coach, or whether we have a coach or we have a girlfriend we work with or whatever it is, there's always somebody in our lives that really believes that we can do it. Okay, so therefore, all of us are going to assume that we know how to do that. However, are you guys kind of like me that if you were ever going to self-sabotage yourself, you do know how you would do it? Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. So raise your hand if you said yes, because I'd rather pick on you if you already thought of one. Okay, how would you, okay, Angie, take yourself off mute. How would you, so kind of draw a down arrow. So you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, but if you were going to self-sabotage yourself, you would do what?
Ooh, okay. There's a lot of ways to do that.
Okay, but your favorite way, your Angie favorite way.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would just start sewing or do something else instead of going into my little office. I would like,
All right,
If-
so
if I
sewing or,
that-
okay, what is the or? Because I want you to be really specific. Sewing was really specific. What else? You
oh,
would
it
do-
would be sewing, cooking, baking, just all that fun stuff I like to do.
Okay, who else wants to share? If you were gonna even though we are not expecting to, but if you were gonna self-sabotage yourself, what would you do?
Not make my phone calls.
Not make your phone calls. Okay, who else?
Avoid getting new leads.
Ah, perfect. Who else? Stephanie, what would you do? I know you're on mute back again.
I just said, avoid getting leads.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know whose voice that was. Okay, Lynette, you know I'm picking on you. You're on mute, Miss Lynette. Oh, and I saw your sister last weekend and your niece.
Oh, Alina put in the message in the chat, she says, spend time socializing. Yes.
Okay, now we're getting a little bit more real here. Okay, Lynette, what would you do?
Yay, that's awesome you saw him. So let's see, Jenny already said not make phone calls. Probably not have my list made the night before, ready to go with, what's going to happen.
Got it. Okay, Rebecca, she's one of mine. You're on mute. So what is on your don't want list? So then what is like specific to your business? And then what is on your do want? Then how would Rebecca sabotage herself?
Sure. On my business list that I don't want, it's so easy when you check your phone and then you see a news article pop up and you read that. So those little pockets of time that just get taken away from you so easily, or you go to Facebook to check about an MK event, but then you see another Facebook post.
Yep.
And you look into that.
Get caught in the face. Yeah, it's kind of like the Facebook. It's almost like a landmine. You get sucked into it. Okay.
Yeah, so we have to put these things down, I think, in time when we look at them. So
Absolutely. Okay, so the whole idea of my few little minutes here is to give you some really specific little things that you can do that scientifically, according to psychologists, do make a difference. So number one is figure out at least one or two or three don't wants. Figure out how you flip it. I mean, in business and in personal, and then you now can just flip it to what you do want. And then ask yourself, even on a personal level, who wants to share something they don't want personally in their life? And how would you sabotage yourself? So something personal, something about weight, something about water, something about walking. I mean, it doesn't matter, but something personal. What would it be?
exercising regularly.
Okay, so you don't want to not exercise. Am I following it?
Right.
Okay, so what kind of exercise? Who was that? So I don't,
It was Ellen.
Ellen. Okay, you are such a good player. Okay, so Miss Ellen, so you don't want to not, and what form of exercise are you wanting to do?
Walking, yoga, any
Okay, just pick one. You don't
walking,
want to not walk how many minutes a day or 3 times a week or once a week or whatever it is.
30 minutes a day.
Okay, so I don't want to not walk 30 minutes a day. So what you do want then is to walk 30 minutes a day. So if you were going to sabotage yourself, how would you do it?
Get myself so busy with other things that I can't do it, and then I run out of time.
Perfect. Okay, so do you see how the flow goes? That you, when people say, "Oh, I don't know how I'd sabotage myself," yes, you do. Oh my gosh, you're human, just like me. Okay, so from the book, one way that it recommends that you counteract this self-sabotage is different. They're called I choose statements. Now, I choose is very different, and I had never connected this dot. But obviously in Mary Kay, a lot of what we do is have our affirmations of I am fill in the blank. I am a booking machine. I am like attracting the right people to me every place I go. I am eating only healthy food. I am fill in the blank, anything. However, according to her, who's a psychologist, when you say those, even though we say it with passion, does your little subconscious kind of sometimes say to you, no, you're not. You're not eating just healthy food and only drinking water. You're not doing that. So then you tend to doubt. The I ams lose their power. Okay, is it just me or is it everybody else understand that too?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So therefore she suggests instead of saying I am, just because we know that that isn't always the truth, instead we say I choose. And it's just like, so the author says that when you choose to be a booking machine, you choose to eat healthy food, you choose to walk, that choice really is up to you. You're not pretending that you are this person. You're simply making a conscious choice to make a conscious action. Does that make sense? So when you say, I choose to be a booking machine and make 5 calls a day, meet 2 new people, get 1 new booking, whatever it is, you can make that choice, can't you?
Yeah.
Everybody
Mhm.
got it? Okay. So I just had all these little ahas. This little book is just packed, little paperback book that I think it was, I don't know, $11.95 or something, has more little ahas. So I choose statements have really like opened up my eyes because I can make a choice. I can make a choice to just drink water. I can make a choice to go for my walk. I can choose to make 10 phone calls a day, get 1 booking a day, get 2 bookings a day. I can make those choices, but I'm affirming something I can choose to do because I may not be yet a booking machine. I may not be yet a water drinker. I may not be those. And so I don't discount myself. So apparently, according to her, our brains accept the words I choose, since many times the words I am defeat us, because I choose means I do have a choice. Okay, so I promised Jenny I'd be right on time. So I'm going to give you your little appetizer steps, and then I'll give you a kind of a neat surprise. Okay, so these are my suggested steps from our little 30 minutes of lunch and learn. First of all, go to Amazon and order the book. Remember, it's got a big stop sign, Stop Self-Sabotage. Like I said, it's, I don't know, $11.95, $12.95, something like that. Number 2, actually follow through and write 3 personal I do not wants for your business. Choose and make 3 I do not want personals. Okay, so you've got 3 and 3 in the negative, which is how apparently we can process it easier. Just flip it. So draw yourself a little arrow and then draw your little emotional arrow down. If you were going to self-sabotage yourself and not walk, you would what? Okay. So choose, make that decision so that you are aware of it, because all change, according to her, starts with awareness. So according to her is that we can change anything if we're aware of it. And we have some tools, and she's got way more than just these, but I just wanted to give you an appetizer of how to change it. And you start with simply an I choose statement. So choose a statement then to counteract those sabotages for those three. So it's really easy. Now, the best news is we can change anything through acknowledgement and I choose statements. And the best news is I told her I was going to be doing this today, and she said, well, be sure to give them my phone number, because I do free seminars / workshops for Mary Kay directors and nationals. So is that exciting or what? So I started with her as a result of a group that she was doing for NSD Deb Weir. And then I've chosen to, that was free. And then I've chosen to be part of her group coaching that she does with about 6 of us on a weekly basis. I'm going to give you her name again. Her name is Pat Pearson, P as in pink, EARSON. And here is her direct phone number. Area code 949, so she's a California girl, 422-7437. Again, her phone number is 949-422-7437. She responds back, I would say in a timely manner, and just tell her that you'd heard that she does free workshops and seminars for nationals and directors, and you want to know how it all works or when it's available or whatever. And she kind of has a program that she goes through that I thought was fascinating. So it was like I'm going to say a 2 or 3 week program for maybe like 20 minutes or so that I did with NSD Deb Weir. And then I made the choice to then continue working with her in my little small group of 6 to 8 people. So again, her name is Pat Pearson, PEARSON, and her cell is 949-422-7437. So bottom line, I hope this was a blessing. I hope we can truly make some different choices this year by, number one, acknowledging that we all self-sabotage, figure out those 1, 2, or 3 things that we don't want, figure out then how would we personally self-sabotage ourselves, come up with a couple I choose statements, follow through on getting the book, and be blessed and have your best year ever for our 60th anniversary. Woo, 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 woo. So that's all for you, Jen.
Oh, that's amazing. And thank you so much, Lynette. If you all open your chat, you can screenshot. Lynette put everything, typed it in there for you. Phone number, book, everything. She's always, listen, she really is a real deal of Miss Go Give. She won Mary Kay's Miss Go Give, if you didn't know that.
Yes, national
Yeah.
Miss Go Give.
National Miss Go Give. So Pam, that was amazing. That's why I'm telling you, every time I listen to Pam, I learn something new. And isn't that what this is about? Is we all need to grow business-wise, but personal-wise too. And that's what I love about your teachings is you could always carry over into something personal. And thank you all so much for being part of this and being interactive and spreading the word on these. I'm loving these lunch and learns. I love seeing new faces. I love seeing the same faces every week. And Pam, you are a blessing beyond blessings. Thank you so much, my friend. I love you. I appreciate you. Ladies, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. I hope you have if you're directors and go to leadership or DIQs, I hope you have the best, amazing leadership, because listen to me, this is our year for everyone. 2023 is the best year yet since pre-COVID. That's what I've accepted. I've told myself that. That's what's going to happen for everybody. We have no more excuses. We only have reasons. And we only have commitments, and we only get to choose to do that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you ladies, and remember, I'll get the recording out usually within the next 24 hours. It'll be posted everywhere. Thank you again for joining.
Thanks, Jan. Love ya.
Thank you.
Bye,
Awesome.
ladies.
Love you guys. Okay. Have a great day. Bye. See you in Nashville.